Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the iOS Dirt Domination Series presented by the iRacing Oval Series. Tonight, these 358 modifieds will be taking on the dirt track at Charlotte. And you can take my word, this is a very, very challenging track. So we'll see how well these drivers are going to be able to do to, take on this challenge. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Weeks, and I'm excited to call this race here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Right now, we're nearing 3 minutes left in practice, and right now, on the top of the board is Darren Kidwell in the 14 machine. He had a fastest time of 16.16 second. Is DC Smith with a 16.24. Third is Donnie Bartlett with a 16.24 as well. Will Witt, 16.26. And then Eric Burkholter, who is on track right now, has a 16.26. So, the field right now is running pretty close together. I think this is going to be a fast, fun, competitive race. And if you didn't tune in last time, or you want a refresher, the previous results from our race last week at Volusia Speedway Park, we saw Ryan Gregoric started on the pole, led every single lap. He ended up getting the win in a dominant performance. We saw Darren Kidwell finish second, Will Witt third, Eric Burkholter fourth, and Donnie Bartlett fifth. But that's last race, and I think that's out of these drivers' minds, as they're right now focusing on the task at hand, which is our race here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And also, as we're nearing the end of the season, let's take a look at our point standings. Right now, on top with one win, we have Will Witt. But actually, we have a tie for first place in the points between Will Witt and Mikkel Lofsen. So, the finishing results from this race can determine who is going to take the point standings lead here. Donnie Bartlett with 289 points. He is third in points. DC Smith is fourth in points. And then fifth in points is Josh Hall with 267 points. So I'd say the top 4 or 5 are pretty close together at the moment in points. And the finishing results from this race could play a deciding factor in who's going to come out on top in the championship standings. We're getting ready to wrap up warm-up, and then we're going to have our heat races, which will determine the starting order for the feature. We've got 12 drivers in the session. Oh, and by the way, after a 1-week hiatus, we have Tyler Kinsey. He's back. So let's see if he can retake. He has 4 wins this season, but due to him missing a lot of the races, he's currently outside of the top 5. I'm not exactly sure the exact number. Even though he has 4 wins. So even Josh Hall, who has an average start of 11th, average finish of 9th, he's ahead of him in points just because he showed up to every single race. So consistency and whether or not you're in the races every single week can have a deciding factor in where you're at in the points. And warm-up is wrapping up with Darren Kidwell on top. So I believe we're going to have 2 heat races, 6 each. Yep, here we are, gridding for heat race number 1. And let's take a look at our starting lineup. Starting on the pole in this heat race, we've got John Bartlett, Will Witt starting second, Brandon White third. Outside of him, we got with Intensity Racing Team Josh Hall. And then rounding out your top 5, it's Donnie Bartlett. And then starting last but not least, last races, he was the leader in practice, Darren Kidwell. So here we go. We have the drivers gridding on the track. And we are getting set for some dirt track racing with the second half of Dirty Thursdays here on Intensity Broadcasting. And they're off. Again, John Bartlett starting on the bottom, Will Witt on the top. Will Witt has had a great season, considering he is the points leader. He's gotten a win, so we know he has a fast modified. But watch out for that 11 of John Bartlett. He's pretty fast, too. We're going to take one more lap around this oval before we go green. And a high start, when you're starting on the pole or outside pole in second, it can definitely help you. So that's probably gonna be going through these drivers' minds right now. But here we go. We're getting ready. Green flag is out here for heat race number 1 at the dirt track at Charlotte. 8 laps to go as they cross the line, and John Bartlett taking the lead early. He gets clear of Will Witt, but here comes Will Witt on the bottom, gets a great run in 3 and 4, and he's going to lead this first lap. We see the 14 hopping around a little bit. That can happen a lot of times here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Here comes John Bartlett coming back on the top here. He's running that high side, and he's pretty fast up there. He's trying to get back the lead. What we have in third? Josh Hall holding strong. But he does have Donnie Bartlett and Brandon White behind him. These two, Will Witt, John Bartlett, continue to battle. Will Witt at the moment is clear of John Bartlett. Looks like on the back and front straightaways, John Bartlett is able to get a good run, but Will Witt has such great corner speed. John Bartlett moseys onto the bottom. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh, 11 is blinking a little bit. He's going to try everything he can here with only 3 laps left to try to get that heat race win. We got Donnie Bartlett moving in the third. Let's see if he can track down our leaders. And they're side by side as we cross the line. We might see a photo finish here for our heat race number 1. On the back straightaway. Oh, John Bartlett is able to get clear of Will Witt, drives it hard into the corner. And Donnie Bartlett's there challenging for second here. He's side by side with Will Witt as we enter 3 and 4. But I think Will Witt, if he can keep it clean in these final few turns. Oh, he runs it deep in the corner. It's photo finish. John Bartlett, by 0.06 of a second, is going to take the heat race win. Wow, that was a very competitive heat race. But now we are gridding for our second heat race. Starting on the pole, we have Tyler Kinsey. He has 4 wins this season. Then we got Cody Moore on the 199 starting second. Eric Burkholter third. Outside of him, we have Mick Olofsson. And then rounding out our top 5, we have D.C. Smith. And then 6th place, we have the 999 of Davis DeBenny. So we got a nice looking field of 6 cars. And hopefully we can see a race just as competitive as our previous heat race. Again, Tyler Kinsey on the bottom, Cody Moore on the top. You know, both of them are fast drivers. And then we got everybody else behind them. We're going to take one more lap around the Charlotte dirt track before we officially go green flag racing. But here we go. This will determine who's going to be starting on the front row whoever wins this race, alongside our other heat race winner, John Bartlett. Here we go. Pace truck is in. And green flag is out here at the dirt track at Charlotte for heat race number 2. Driving it good into the corner is Tyler Kinsey. He's able to get clear of Cody Moore as we got a big jumble of cars. Eric Burkholder moves in. Oh, the 999 of Davis DeBenny in the wall. Side by side for third, Mick Olofsson, DC Smith. DC driving it hard into the corner, trying to find some speed to get around Mick. DC looking fast at the moment. He's almost clear of the 75. Now he is. He is officially clear of the number 75 of Mick Olofsson, and he's going to try to track down second place driver Eric Burkholder. We do have a battle. Still, I'm keeping an eye on the battle between DC Smith and Mick Olofsson. Let's also check in. Got a battle between Davis DeBenny and Cody Moore. Oh, the 99! Rams right into the 199. They remain side by side through the corner. Cody Moore has the nose. But the 999 gets a great run through the corner, but crossover move. The 199 of Cody Moore comes on the bottom. He takes back 5th place with only 3 laps to go. It's going to come down to the wire for the battle. And the 199 of Cody Moore now has a solid lead over Davis DeBenny. Look back up front. Eric Burkholder's chasing Tyler Kinsey for the lead. But can he do it? Only 1 lap to go. Tyler Kinsey has led every single lap so far, and can he lead the final one? Or can Eric Burkholder do something? Nope. As we exit the corner, Tyler Kinsey has a decent lead, and he's going to take the heat race number 2 win. And he will be starting on the front row alongside John Bartlett. We are going to do a quick 3-minute warm-up to just give these drivers a little bit extra practice time before we officially start our A main. As we see a gaggle of cars exiting pit road. Oops, the 199, everybody's hitting the cones. So let's see. Well, I'm going to be looking at the board to see who's going to be the fastest in practice number 2. We know Darren Kidwell was fastest in our first practice before the heat races. We know Tyler Kinsey and John Bartlett are fast because they won our 2 heat races, or will it be somebody else? Tyler Kinsey, Darren Kidwell jumps to the top of the board here in practice with an 18.96. Only driver so far to break into the 18s, but as I say that, 2 people jump into the 18s. Will Witt with an 18.68. Tyler Kinsey jumps to the top of the board with a 16.26, looking fast. John Bartlett moves into second with a 16.41. So 1 and 2 right now in practice are our 2 heat race winners. Donnie Bartlett, DC Smith with a good time. 16.32. Will Witt moves into third with a 16.39. I'm liking Tyler Kinsey for this one. He was fast, dominating the heat race, and he's looking fast here in practice. I like his line. I don't know, though. The heat race was only 8 laps. The feature is going to be a lot longer. So there could be a difference between An 8-lap race and an even longer race. Oh! He slides through the grass right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to the 3 of Tyler Kinsey. I think he just got loose. Yep, just got a little bit loose exiting the corner. And then he just flies right into the grass. John Deere country. So he's going to be in the pits. And I think that's going to... Oh, Eric Burkholter sets a good time, 16.28. And we're going to finish off practice with Tyler Kinsey, Eric Burkholter, and DC Smith as our fastest drivers. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get our starting lineup for tonight's A-Main. Starting on the pole, your Heat Race 1 winner, John Bartlett. Second place is going to be our Heat Race 2 winner, Tyler Kinsey. Third place, he's got 1 win this season, Will Witt. Outside of him, it's Eric Burkholter in the 71. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Mr. Donnie Bartlett. Then 6th place is DC Smith. 7th is Darren Kidwell. Outside of him, we have Mr. Mick Olafson. Brandon White starts the race in 19th, and then rounding out your top 10 is Cody Moore. 11th, starting 11th is Josh Hall, and then last but not least, we have Davis DeBenny. But here we go. We're doing our formation lap here. Getting everything ready. And after this, we're going to take one more lap around the oval. Let's take a look at our race info. Our weather is 69 degrees Fahrenheit, 56% humidity, partly cloudy skies with 3 miles per hour wind speeds. Track temperature is a little bit cooler since it's night at 63 degrees. And we right now are in Concord, North Carolina, home of Charlotte Motor Speedway and the dirt track at Charlotte. Right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. The pace truck pulls in, and we are getting set to go green flag racing.
Green, green, green.
There we go. The green flag is out. We're going green flag racing here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And John Bartlett gets a good start, able to get clear of Tyler Kinsey. We're side by side for second. Here comes Will Witt. On the bottom, Tyler Kinsey making that high side work. He's trying to get around John Bartlett, but John Bartlett leads the first lap of the race. And oh no, we have a caution, Brandon White. Let's go ahead and take a look at what exactly happened to that 19. So it looks like he's trying to make a pass on the bottom. He's a bottom feeder. Running that low line, trying to get under Cody Moore. Oh, I think I know what happens here. Just washes up the track a little bit too much and washes up the track right into the 199 of Cody Moore. Looks like nobody else was involved except for those poor orange cones. When the caution flag came out, John Bartlett was the leader, but he had Tyler Kinsey and Will Witt right on his bumper. I don't know how long he's going to be able to hold the lead here. You got Darren Kidwell in the pits. Looks like something might have happened to him. And lights on the pace truck. They have gone off, so we are going to be going back green here with John Bartlett on the bottom, Tyler Kinsey on the top on this restart. Just like how we started. Actually, no, we're going to have a single file restart. So that might change some things up here. Get back in line. And green flag is back out here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Getting a great restart is John Bartlett, able to stay clear of Tyler Kinsey at the moment. Got side by side for third. Here comes Eric Burkholder. And as I say, talk about third, we got a battle for first. Tyler Kinsey is looking low, trying to get under John Bartlett for the lead. He falls behind. Right now, he's just looking to see if the 11 is going to make any mistakes. Maybe get into the wall, maybe get loose, something like that. Or gets a great run on the high side. Goes right up side by side with the 11 car. Oh, gets a great run on the front straightaway. And I'm pretty sure, yep, Tyler Kinsey is now clear of John Bartlett. You got a battle going on for third. Eric Burkholder, Will Witt are going at it. Eric Burkholder on the bottom, Will Witt on the top. Behind them, we're seeing DC Smith and Donnie Bartlett go side by side. But both of these drivers, Will Witt and Eric Burkholder, are trying to track down second place driver John Bartlett. And we now have less than 25 laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Still, Eric Burkholder is having a hard time getting by the 35 of Will Witt. He just can't make it work on the bottom. That's how Tyler Kinsey made the pass on John Bartlett. He went up to the top. Let's see if Eric Burkholder follows suit and tries that.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution's out. Uh-oh, Davis DeBenny gets in a little incident. Let's take a look at what happened. He's right now behind Josh Hall. And, just tags the wall. Was running a little bit too close to the wall. Actually, no, that's not what actually happened. He just maybe runs it a little bit too hard in the corner right into the 81 of Josh Hall. And that sends the 999 sideways. The 14 and 19 of Brandon White and Darren Kidwell do a good job avoiding it. And it looks like that was a one-car incident pretty much, except for Josh Hall got a little bit of damage. So as we cross the line, we're going to only have 20 laps to go. And ever since taking the lead, Tyler Kinsey, it's been lights out for him. He's been dominating it ever since getting by John Bartlett. But I know there's some fast cars that are trying to get up there to him. I know John Bartlett's trying to get his lead back. By the way, Darren Kidwell just got the lucky dog, putting him back on the lead lap and back in contention for this race. He's going to have to make his way up 12 spots, however. We'll keep an eye out for him to see how much progress he makes while trying to make his way up to the field. Like he's going to come back around the field again. I think he may have been 2 laps down. That's going to mess up the scoring a little bit, but there we go. And I believe we're going to be going back green here this time by. And we got Tyler Kinsey restarting on the bottom, John Bartlett on the top. This is exactly how we started this race on lap number 1. And The engines are fire. Green flag is back out here with only 20 laps to go at the dirt track in Charlotte. Oh, here comes Will Witt on the bottom, making the pass for second, trying to get by John Bartlett. They trade paint a little bit. We see the 71 of Eric Burkholder right behind them. Can't quite get him on that lap. 35 of Will Witt running that very, very, very low line. Here comes Eric Burkholder on the top, which is the fastest way to come around here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And he gets a great run right by the 35 of Will Witt. And he's going to try to maybe make a pass on John Bartlett and be successful in doing so. He's getting up there. He heads to the low side, which is where he's going to try to make his pass on John Bartlett. Remember, the only time that John Bartlett has been passed tonight was by the 3 of Tyler Kinsey, and he ran on the high side to get around John Bartlett, but I don't think you can run the high side because John Bartlett's already up there, so Eric Burkholder's got to try to find something. There he goes up to the high side of the track. We do see a little battle going on between Davis DeBenny and Mick Olafson. This is for 9th place. DeBenny gets clear of Mick. As we check back in on this battle to see how it's going between the 11 and 71. Eric Burkholder right now just trying to set up a pass, looking for a mistake of the making of John Bartlett. He might tag the wall a little bit. He might get loose, but he might just make the pass on his own. Here comes the 71 running that bottom once again. He moves it up a little bit higher to a little bit of a higher line. Let's see if that helps the 71. He crosses the finish line a nose ahead of John Bartlett. Ooh. It's close, but it looks like the 71 of Eric Burkholder able to get... Uh-oh, yellow flag is out. We got a little wreck going on. Let's take a look what happens. Or what happened. So we were side by side here between Mick Olafson and Davis DeBenny. I think just Mick washes up the track a little bit too much, and he just washes up right into the 999 of Davis DeBenny. And Brandon White had nowhere to go right there. And that just sends the 19 car flying. Man. A sad one. But it's coming down to the wire here. Does anybody have anything for Tyler Kinsey? I mean, as soon as he took the lead, he was off like a rocket. And he hasn't looked back since. I don't know, Eric Burkholder, he has been looking fast in that 71 machine, and we're about to go back green here. Got Tyler Kinsey restarting on the bottom, Eric Burkholder on the top. Here we go. Green flag is back out. Tyler Kinsey gets the good restart, and we're side by side for second. Once again between John Bartlett and Eric Burkholder. But Eric is able to get a nice little run on the back straightaway, but John Bartlett wheels it into the corner. And Eric Burkholder is able to clear. Not yet. John Bartlett gets another good run. Oh, we got DC Smith making a challenge for third. John Bartlett realizes that he's got to make a pass for second quick, or else that 77 is going to pass him by. So far, DC Smith is making that high side work. He is able to get clear of the 11 of John Bartlett. So let's see now if DC Smith can try to track down the 71 of Eric Burkholder. Got a little battle going on between John Bartlett and DC Smith. He's trying to get back up there. I don't know if he can. Donnie Bartlett and Will Witt are side by side. But Will Witt able to get clear of Donnie Bartlett. Donnie gets a little bit of a good run in the corner. I don't know if he can do anything with it. And here comes Will Witt making the pass on John Bartlett, who has fallen like a rock. Also the 11 might be blinking a little bit. 5 laps to go for Tyler Kinsey. He has a 1 second lead right now over Eric Burkholder. He's not home free yet, but it's looking pretty good right now for Tyler Kinsey. As long as he keeps it clean, he's about a block away from his house. Can he do it? He's got to have a mistake-free rest of the race. By the way, John Bartlett able to hang on to 4th. We saw Will Witt try to make a pass on him. He stays in the 4th spot as he tries to get back up there to DC Smith to potentially salvage a top 3 finish. But he knows he has to get by DC quickly because he's got the 35 of Will Witt right on his back bumper. Will Witt really drives it into the corner, but let's look at our leader. 1 lap to go for Tyler Kinsey. He's just got to keep it clean through 3 and 4. And wow, what a dominant season it's been for Tyler Kinsey. He's going to get his 5th win of the year in that 3 machine. What a race for Tyler Kinsey. Took the lead early and he never looked back. Eric Burkholder got 2nd. DC Smith 3rd. We saw Will Witt end up finishing 4th. He was able to get by John Bartlett. John Bartlett able to salvage a top 5. Donnie Bartlett 6th. Cody Moore 7th. Got Josh Hall 8th. Mick Olofsson 9th. Devis DeBenny 10th. Darren Kidwell 11th. And Brandon White 12th. But there's Tyler Kinsey doing his victory celebration. And he's just gonna have a time as he pulls in with the other top 3 finishers. So let's go ahead now and look to see who of our top 3 is in the booth. See, we got Eric Burkholder and Tyler Kinsey. Let's see if we have our 3rd. There we go. We got our 3rd place finisher, DC Smith. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Hey, DC, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you started the race in 6th place, and man, you made your way all the way up to the field, getting by drivers like John Bartlett, Will Witt, and then we saw you try to track down Eric Burkholder, but you couldn't quite get up there, so you ended up getting 3rd place. But, I mean, from your point of view, what happened here at the dirt track at Charlotte?
We just starting so far back in the heat, didn't hope, and just sitting behind a lot of good cars, and yet again, another week, nobody's going to catch Tyler. Just kind of where it is.
I got you. Well, I got to ask, where were you running throughout this race? Were you running on the top early on, or how was it going for you?
1 and 2 was the top, and 3 and 4 on the bottom was faster for a little bit, and then that's where Tyler and 2nd place was at, so I just kind of stayed on the top in 3 and 4 and let Eric and Tyler run the bottom in case something would happen.
I got you. Well, still, great performance. Is there any shout-outs, family members, sponsors you want to thank before I let you go?
Just the time with Donnie and John Bartlett, we've been turning a lot of laps together, just getting our stuff a little bit better and driving better. And thanks to you guys for the host and everything. We appreciate it.
Yep, we love broadcasting this race, and we like seeing you make your way up to third. Congratulations on the third place finish, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, you too, man.
Let's go ahead now and pull in second place finisher, Eric Burkholder. Hey, Eric, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Got you, bud.
Awesome. Well, you started the race in fourth place, able to get by Will Witt and DC Smith, and then from there, we saw you try to track down Tyler Kinsey, but you couldn't quite get up there. But still, you had an awesome run. I mean, from your point of view, what happened here at the dirt track in Charlotte?
Yeah, I got a really good start after that first caution on the outside and just never checked up. Once the track started wearing out, those divots really started giving me fits in 3 and 4, and I couldn't run low like Tyler was, and when he started pulling away. So I'll take a second. There's some pretty fast guys in here. I'm happy with it.
You did great. I mean, what was your goal coming into the race, and how did it change throughout this race?
I felt pretty fast. I mean, top 5 I'd have been okay with. But after that first start, being on the outside, and I really got a good run, I was going for top 3 and ended up second. So.
Yep, that was a solid performance. Well, is there any shout-outs, family members, sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to Dirt Affliction. Those guys over there, my teammates, couldn't do it without them. Wife and kids, as always. You guys for broadcasting it, and the iOS League for running.
It's always exciting in the iOS, and it was exciting to watch you make your way up to the field. And congratulations on second place, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, bud.
And then let's go ahead and pull in our winner, Tyler Kinsey. Hey, Tyler, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome. Well, you started the race in second place. Took you a while to get by John Bartlett, but I mean, once you did, there was no looking back. You ended up winning the race with a 1.7 second margin between you and second place. I mean, it was overall a very dominant performance, but I mean, from your point of view, just give us a little rundown on what happened here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Yeah, that was fun. Got lucky and drew the first pill for the second heat, and set me up for front row start on the feature. And it took me a few laps to get around John. When the track's fresh like that, everybody's pretty fast. But once the track starts going away and those other lines appear, I had barely picked the good line. That thing was fired up tonight.
Now, you've officially just hit 5 wins on the season. How does that feel?
Feels good. I mean, it feels really good to finish at Charlotte. I really struggle here. Usually end up hitting the tires down low. So to be able to keep it off the tires and point in the right direction's pretty solid night for me.
Yep, it didn't look like you struggled tonight. Well, is there any shout-outs, family member sponsors you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, thanks. Swan Speed Shop, my wife, iOS for putting this series on, and Intensity Broadcasting for getting this out there.
Yep, we love watching you dominate these races, and it was fun to see another awesome performance at the dirt track at Charlotte. And hopefully we'll see you 2 weeks from now with another good
2
performance.
Weeks, and we'll be there.
Awesome. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, Allie. Have a good night.
That was a fantastic race here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Another dominating performance by Tyler Kinsey. We did see John Bartlett lead a couple laps as well, but it was overall a good race. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. And we are on the road to 2,000 followers on Facebook and 1,000 on Twitch and YouTube, so make sure to drop a follow. Also, check us out on Twitter. We are on the road to 50 followers, and I'm always dropping polls on there. And also, make sure to download on Roku TV and Fire TV the iRacing TV app, as Intensity Broadcasting streams their Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday broadcasts on iRacing TV. So if you have Roku TV, make sure to check us out. Oh, and Fire TV, make sure to check us out on iRacing TV. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in to watch the broadcast. I'm Atlee Atman-Weasel on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Over and out.